Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader. Where last time we went to the I forget the name of the system, but the planet was like Thon 4 or something like that. And we met Heinrich's not superior or not friend, colleague, I guess is the best word. Who is like the person inside the Inquisition that kind of holds all the heretical knowledge that they've gathered over the years. And I guess she went a little too radical, at least for Heinrich's liking, and was going to use chaos to create a sun, which is a pretty powerful thing to do, but not a good thing to do according to the Bible or the Holy Book or our Lord and Savior Emperor Man. So we put a stop to that. And we also learned that Calcazar is perhaps not going to be the best of allies to have. He seems to have his own agenda going on here in the Expanse. And there's every chance that he will try to use us. So we need to be on guard when we go to deal with him. But looking at our quests, we have two quests. We can go to Footfall and determine the role of House von Valancius in the defense of the Karanos Expanse. The Lord Captain must go to Footfall and meet with Xavier Calcazar. Or we can go to the hunting ground, which is Winterscale. Rumor has it that Caligos Winterscale does not have the slightest concern about events in the Karanos Expanse, and instead prefers to spend his time hunting. Now may be a good time for the head of the von Valancius dynasty to pay a visit to her eminent peer. And we also have some contracts here we can complete. People for Promethium and chemicals. We have a lot of people, so doing these probably wouldn't be the worst thing to do. But what do we need the most of? We're really low on phlogiston and adamantine. This one gives phlogiston, so we'll take that. Oh, that was profit factor. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Damn. Okay. The powerful governor of the orbital palace station of Weta has been sentenced to death by the Lord Inquisitor Calcazar. Now is a good time to send agents in his domain to partake in dividing the late governor's fortunes, such as his phlogiston mines on the planet Kern. Okay. More profit factor stuff. Chemicals for plasteel. That's not a good deal for me. Tools of the righteous. Can't do that. It takes weapons. Although here we get mobile extractives. That's good. Okay. Alright, let's go to the Expanse. And I think we're going to go visit Winterscale first. I think he's closer than Footfall. So, you know, on our way down to Footfall, we can do that. This didn't have anything else on it, did it? No. Okay. I got the name right. Fton. Fton. I don't know if that's how you say it, but... Fton 4. Alright. How are our colonies doing? Oh, this is on its last one. The Holy... oh, right. We're trying to see if we want any of these. I think we want Sacred Comet. I think that one's really cool. All of our allies are non-Xenos, so we'd all get +5 to our characteristics and skills, which I think is a pretty big boost. As much as I do think this armor looks freaking cool. It is heavy armor. Oh, it probably looks so badass. Profit factor 5, complacency for all colonies. I mean, which one would I get as Imogene? Let's go with that. Let's stop thinking about the rewards. Damaged by the Crucible will be rebuilt. Meanwhile, the monks will begin the process of acknowledging the kinship of St. Cognatius with the von Valancius line. Because this makes us basically a saint, or at least relatives of a saint. I think we go for Sacred Comet. Yeah, I mean that just sounds badass. We're gonna go with that, but we need to get more phlogiston and weapons. Okay. Yanis, are you still working on things? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like that's a thing where I can... Okay, well I can... This one's ready. Now, I keep smacking my mic, I'm sorry. We have 4 here. One of them's going to be the rank 5 thing. So we've got 5 of these. So we definitely want to get these and not either of these, I don't think. Profit factor, mechanisms, efficiency, and weapons. Okay. Moving world. It is possible to utilize all of Kiavagama's potential by covering its surface in a huge electu. The whole world will be wrapped in a grandiose potentia coil. Okay. Sacred flame. What do I need for these? Reputation and weapons. Okay. Sacred flame gets us 9 weapons, passing through distillation plants and a multitude of filters. Raw material with high energy potential will be transformed in combustible promethium. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright. So we're going to be headed down here to Nameless Star. Okay. I guess we should, on our way, we should see if there's any things we want to gather. We're going to take the dangerous warp. Lord Captain, I bring you new information about the Xeno device that you discovered during your time away. Ever since your return, the tech priests have been making every effort to comprehend the nature of this mysterious technology. And they have succeeded, to an extent. After many rituals and pleas to the machine god, they awakened the Xeno artifact. For but a moment, it produced a holographic copy of a planet and coordinates that matched the location in Langren's belt. Perhaps you will wish to see with your own eyes what this destination holds. I would like to see with my own eyes. Did I just lose profit factor? We got, excuse me. Yeah, we did. Scriptorium schools, but 9 people. And efficiency up. Okay. Alright, what do I need for these? Xenotech and Fellowship of the Void. Now, you've still got 5. One of these is going to be the rank 5 thing. Okay, so it's going to be these 4. Oh no, we've already got a rank 5 thing with shelter. Okay, never mind. So we could get one of these two. The Reaping. Something to think about. But payments and organs. Complacency down. People down. Efficiency and profit factor up. And secret layer. Xeno specialists would decipher the written records left by the ancient Xenos that once inhabited Yanis. 5,000 Casbalica rep. We're gonna go with secret layer. Yep. Okay. Vabos 6. Corruption has infiltrated Vabos 6, Lord Captain. The cultists of the Cult of the Final Dawn have agitated the convicts into a full-blown uprising, promising them a chance at escape. The planet's cargo port and warden facilities are now under siege. The cult conspirators do not personally participate in the assault. Not too long ago, they scurried into the mines, deep into the tunnels rife with Xenos corruption. The security posts that we set up in those mining drifts reported a skirmish and then went silent. Why did the cultists go to that particular place? Unfortunately, we do not know the true objective of the heretics, but there is nary a doubt that they are pursuing a sinister and wicked goal, and therefore must be stopped. What is the current situation on the surface? The wardens are trapped inside the security facilities, and the convicts are now united by their common hatred for the dynasty and are obsessed with the tales of freedom. Stop the riots immediately. Casualties are of no concern. We get trampled cult banner. Enemies that are targeted by the wearer's psychic abilities must pass a willpower resistance test with a minus 15 penalty or suffer bleeding 10 and blinded. Okay, that's not bad. Let the rebels know that if they do not stop the riot, I will bomb them into submission. We will give them something to truly fear. Fiend of Vabos 6. All allies gain 10 coercion. Whenever an enemy enters a 5-cell radius zone around the rogue trader or their allies, this enemy must pass a willpower resistance test with a 5 bonus or become staggered for 1 round. If 2 or more allies are close enough to trigger this effect, the enemy must pass this resistance test for each of these allies. Complacency down too. Promise a pardon for those prisoners who would help to quell the rebellion. Mercy to the repentant. The spared convicts of Vabo 6 will not waste the second chance they have been granted, even if it costs them their lives. They have made for well-disciplined emergency crews. The flagship suffers 40% less ram damage and gains 50% chance to reduce the duration of each internal fire by 1 round. That one seems like the best one. Let's hear my advisors, though. Heretics seek out those who are weak of spirit and entice them with the promise of salvation. But such spineless lot lacks the resolve to fight and will drop their weapons should someone give them reason to fear. The purpose of many tactics in warfare is to sow terror in the enemy ranks, and I know some of these tactics well. Make them quiver at fetter, and those weaklings will forget all about their heinous intentions. Look, Captain, your resources and status allow you to make use of one of the most blunt and affordable tools of all, mercenaries. These dogs of war would even be ready and willing to go inside the warp if you pay them well enough. Provide the wardens with some backup in their ranks, and the crisis will be over in mere moments. Okay. So Fiend of that one or this one. Tempered by the quarries. Oh no, we lost the option to do the one thing. After the admirable performance in the battles of Vabo 6, the mercenaries are eager to serve the rogue trader. Many among them are seasoned combatants who can man the void ship's cannons. Oh, all lance weapons deal 20% more damage. Hell yeah. Abelard, call the mercenaries for help. I am sure that these well-armed dogs of war will make quick work of the rabble. As the mercenary shuttles arrived at the cargo port, the docks lit up with crimson flashes of laser gun fire. Eager to prove themselves and earn a permanent contract with the rogue trader, these dogs of war were well motivated to put up a fierce fight. Under the onslaught of such skilled foes, the convicts quickly surrendered. The leaders of conspiracy, the cultists from the Cult of the Final Dawn, are trapped in the mines. They have surrounded a strange dark Xeno obelisk covered with glyphs, trying to awaken it from its slumber. The glyphs on it were similar to those that the mad convicts were drawing. The monstrous construction contained enough energy to tear the planet apart. By heroically disrupting the cultists' plans, the guards have disrupted the terrible machine. Instead of exploding, the obelisk emitted a blistering heat wave, melting itself and turning those around it into ash. Vabo 6 had been saved. Hell yeah, we have been. Alright, why can't we get any of these? Reputation. Xenos Intoxicant. Reputation with the Dressians. Okay. Alright, so we can get Extractium Ignifera, 12 Promethium. The open pit mining of Transuranium will be a blow to Vabo 6's population, but bring in enormous profits. Navy Whips. The disciplinary officers of the Imperial Navy will make for wonderful wardens of Vabo 6. We get Craven's Bane, a two-handed melee weapon. The terrifying weapon of Erg Sukhoi, a ship disciplinary officer who single-handedly put down a mutiny, staged by the cowardly officers of the Void Triumphers. Most warriors prefer them. Yep, 10% parry. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Also get a lot of Navy reps, so we're going to grab that one. Complacency up, efficiency up, security up. All great stuff. Sacred Flames, 9 weapons. There we go. A mechanical trade. Ooh, this is new. It's because we got rep with the Navy now. There's an opportunity to provide the Imperial Navy with tech priests in exchange for precious components and spare parts. We get Memory of the Daring, provides 125 points of protection for each sector. This amount is doubled against enemy kinetic attacks. Okay. And 6,000 more rep and a bunch of mechanisms. We lose weapons and people. People we're fine on. Weapons will be a blow, but we're going for that. Mechanical trade. Did that already go through? Oh. Well, that's nice, huh? Okay. So we can get one more thing on here. We need to get Moving Worlds, Security and Efficiency, Mag trains, profit factor and mechanisms. Or chapel enumeration, weapons and efficiency. However, I mean, our stats are pretty good. I think we're going to go for mag trains. Mechanisms were kind of, well, we're actually not that bad on. But I do like the profit factor. Mag trains. A plant's manufacturums are only as efficient as its logistical system. Lex mechanics predict a major growth in the world's overall manufacturing output if haulers and airships make way for powerful mag trains speeding along a web of long-distance railways. And boom, done. Okay, so now we just have to wait for one of these to open up. Good, good, good. Looks like you're ready to go too? Okay. Yeah, so Darganis needs something. Complacency has to be higher than 7. It's 6 here. Okay. Need a. Does this raise complacency? No. Oh no. This is the only we can get. Well, I guess we'll do it. Times 9 people. It is time for Darganis' nobility to forget their feuds and take up arms in defense of their native world. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, hopefully we can find something on another planet to do. Just because complacency for all planets. We might need to do this one. Let's take a look at what all these other ones give. Vabos, do you have anything that I would want? No complacency there. No complacency here. I don't want to see finished projects. There we go. Yeah, I don't see any complacency here. Darganis, you're the one that needs it, right? Yeah. So unless you have some. No. Okay, I think we have to do that then. Look one more time before I make my decision. Oh, this is going to give +2, but this is just for Vabos, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, this gives complacency. Never mind, never mind. Okay. So we need to get Pleasing the Tired, which is Adamantine and Phlogiston. Okay. We're all good. Let's go ahead and head on out. I feel like I've been spending a lot of time messing with colonies of late. Now, does this mean I've already got these if they're green? Are they a different color if I don't have them? I can't remember. I don't see the little extractium symbol on them. Okay. So Phlogiston we definitely want. I guess we'll take this too. We've got plenty. So we also need adamantine. We don't need provisions. Now, is that just off the icon now? Okay, it's got a little extractium symbol. Gotcha. Plasteel. Nothing. There's more Phlogiston. Let's go there. Get the Phlogiston. Right here. It's 4 phlogiston too. That's good. I kind of wish it wasn't a loading screen every time we moved anywhere, but tends to be a theme in space games, huh? Go here, and now we're gonna go down here. Plasteel. Adamantine. We want that. Come on, be a lot of adamantine. Like a vein of 9 or something. That'd be great. I think we need 3 at least, though, right? It's only 2. Damn. Although I think we need a lot more. I think we've got a couple of projects that could use adamantine. Alright. Move here. And then down here. And then here. Plasteel and provisions. Okay, nameless star. Or adamantine. Visit. I remember coming here before. Permission to speak, Lord Captain. The Augur crew has registered activity in the orbit of Quetzaltimur, one of the worlds of the Winterscale dynasty. According to the reports, the Emperor's Vow, the flagship of Rogue Trader Caligo's Winterscale, is positioned over the southern hemisphere. And this is all you have to report? What information does our librarian have on the Winterscale flagship? Hail the Emperor's Vow. I have no intention of talking to Caligos right now. This is all you have to report? No, of course not. Vigdis's vox crackles nervously. The officers are about to extend the range of the wave emitters. In minor turn of the chrono, the Vox Master reports again. Lord Captain. The data has been updated. Quetzaltimur's largest continent suffered from a moderate Xenos planetary invasion. We also discovered the wreckage of several Arderi vessels on the periphery of the system. Another vessel crashed into the world, causing minor seismic activity. A dozen shuttles of the Winterscale dynasty are patrolling the space directly above the crash site. I presume the Xenos hunt is in full swing, and the hunter has already caught the scent of its prey. Throne, take me. Beg your forgiveness, Lord Captain. The Emperor's Vow has detected the empowered emanations of our augurs and is requesting permission to initiate Vox transfer. What would you have us do? Ignore the request. There are more pressing issues right now. What information does the librarian have? Yeah, what does the librarian have? For a while, the Vox broadcasts only the clicking of Vigdis's metallic manipulators. The Emperor's Vow is a cruiser carrying up to 120,000 crew members. Length overall, 6,000 meters. Beam, 1,000 kilometers. Estimated time of service in the Winterscale Dynasty fleet, several millennia. It is known for a fact that the ship has undergone many modifications, including the replacement of macro weapons for long-range laser batteries and short-range macro batteries. And I'm afraid this is all we know, Lord Captain. I have only been lucky enough to see the Avenger twice in my life. The Imperium Navy considers this ship to be something of a relic, mighty yet clumsy vestige of the past. Its firepower is second only to the Imperium battleships, but I have heard quite a few stories about the fickleness of Avengers and the confusing design of their engines. Incredibly ancient, incredibly complex, incredibly unpredictable, and extremely demanding for when it comes to resources. Had I been one of the highborn, though unofficial, rulers of the Expanse, I would definitely have chosen this void ship for myself. The Librarian of House Orselio also held records of the Emperor's Vow. Its most famous owner, to be precise, Sebastian Winterscale, a fledgling rogue trader of great promise. It is not known how Sebastian acquired the ship, but Lord Captain Winterscale used it to traverse the maw and find a new home in the Cronus Expanse. Hail them. It will be done. By the grace of the machine spirits, the air gradually fills with discordant noises until the Vox Master flips the last tumbler on the Cogitator's panel. The Emperor's vow sends its greetings to the glorious ruler of the Von Valancius dynasty. This is Urbrecht Abdeef. Abdeef? Urbrecht Abdeef. His Lordship Caligos Winterscale's Voxmaster, who has the honor of speaking on behalf of his lord today. The booming voice fills the air, startling a few officers on the bridge. However, you feel that Urbrecht Abdeef's ostentatiously confident tone is meant to hide his concern. Not even the void of the cosmos can hide your anxiety, Urbrecht. Now speak. You may speak, Victus. Why did your master order you to contact me? Does Winterscale not wish to speak in person? Quite an ambiguous gesture. Why did your master order you to contact me? I'm afraid the Lord Captain did not give such an order. This is my own personal invitation. The Voxmaster loudly clears his throat, looking for the right words. You see, the Lord Captain has yet another heated argument with the esteemed Incendia Corda, and he had a very good reason for his displeasure. I dare not discuss his lordship's affairs, but I can divulge that we set out to protect the dynasty's rightful domains from the invasion of the profane Xenos. This is how we arrived here, at Quetzaltemur. There is no better hunting ground when you need to cool off your head, I believe the Lord Captain said. We easily crushed the pathetic mockery of a fleet that was lying siege to the unfortunate world. Of course, most of the Xenos fled, but we did reduce a few of their ships to chum for the void beasts. The Voxmaster laughs cruelly. What a shame, I seem to have missed all the fun. Something tells me this story doesn't end there. Why are you telling me this? Get to the point. Why are you telling me this? You see, your ladyship, one of the Eldari ships crashed on Quetzaltemur, so the Lord Captain chose to descend and finish off the elusive prey, but he's not been able to find his way out of the local woods for over 30 days now, and this concerns me greatly. Uh-oh. Anticipating the next question, your ladyship? No, I am confident the Lord Captain is still alive. His body and spirit do not break easily, and besides, he is accompanied by Wharton the Grey. He would sell his soul if that helped to keep the Lord Captain out of harm's way. How could you not find your master over the course of 30 days? Was there anything else with anyone else with Caligos aside from this Wharton? So what do you want from me? I think I know what you want from me. How could you have not contacted him over 30 days? Things are not so simple, your ladyship. The Lord Captain last contacted me, from the landing point currently right under the Oath's belly. We lost about a dozen shuttles and several hundred scouts in the first days of the search, all of whom went down to Quetzaltemur and never came back. Our shuttles are relentlessly sweeping the airspace, where our people perished. This way we were able to reduce the search area to just a few thousand kilometers, which still does not change the fact that people in the thicket are disappearing without a trace, and something is jamming our Vox transmissions. Was there anyone else with them? A full hunting party consisting of 100 hand-picked enforcers in his lordship's personal retinue, naturally. So what do you want from me? A generous favor in return for a generous favor. Find Lord Captain Winterscale in Quetzaltemur and bring him back to the Emperor's vow. I swear by the Golden Throne that I will convince him to side with you in any conflict that occurs in the next 100 years. After all, I am allowed to make deals on the Lord Captain's behalf while he remains unavailable. An excellent way to show Caligos who is the strongest rogue trader in the Expanse. Count me in. Very well, I need more allies like Winterscale. Do you want 2 rogue traders to go missing on one single cursed world? This is not going to happen. I do not care for the old man, Winterscale. There's one condition. If I bring him back dead, and the deal will be sealed with by his successor. Number 4 seems like I don't really... It feels like there might be some dark implications, but it's also kind of a really practical thing to say, right? Like, there's a chance he's dead. If I bring him back dead, the deal will be sealed by his successor. I do not care for the old man, Winterscale. I don't know why I have to say that. I'm going to go with it, though. It's the pragmatic choice. Urbrecht Dave stays silent for an inappropriately long period of time. In this case, Wharton the Grey best return on a body bag. The data transfer decree has been signed. My crew will send you the landing coordinates. May the God Emperor look after you. I was a little unclear what he's talking about there, or what I'm talking about. The Voxmaster's thundering voice falls silent, and the machine spirit terminates the connection between the flagships of two great dynasties. Okay. So that's where he wants us to go. This has the... Wait, which one of these has the phlogiston? It's the plasteel. Okay. So this one. 11? Oh my. I was not expecting to find that. We can do some damage now. Oh, hell yeah, we can get all 3 of them now. We're gonna get Sacred Comet. Yep. Let it be done. Alright, secret layer passed. Security down, efficiency up. And we can get payments and organs. Is complacency the one that's bad? Yeah, I don't know if I want to lower your complacency anymore. Xenotech we need for that, and that for that. Okay. How much do we have left? 4 of them? So we can get one of these. Let's get the reaping. Not even the sprawling agri-complexes of Yanis can cover the whole of the planet's fertile expanse. Gargantuan tracked mega harvesters will come to their aid. They will wander the planet for months, each one operated by its assigned clan of serfs who are born, live, and die in the bowels of these giant machines. These giants will reap harvests with their toothed jaws, break open the soil with their plasteel plows, and drink the swampy lowlands dry with their thirsty hydropumps, spewing the water forth down upon the arid hills. Yeah, sounds good. Call to arms, security up, people up. And this is the complacency one. Pleasing the tired. The Adeptus Administratum's vanity may be indulged through the construction of a floating palace filled with helpful serfs and exquisite pleasures. Sounds good to me. Got navy whips. Okay. This is exactly what we need, is Promethium. Good. Here we can get Sky Barrier. Euphrates II is lost, and the Adeptus Mechanicus now turns its gaze upon Kiavagama. The world can become a manufactorum for the creation of mighty void weaponry. Explorator's rep goes up by 20,000. 21 weapons. Triumph and Fury for my ship. A serpent of embossed lines coil around the barrels of these holy weapons. A complete chronicle of the exploration of the systems called the Lath worlds by the servants of the Omnissiah. Which fires 5 shots, dealing 30 damage per shot. Okay. We've got this one, although got a lot to find for this one. Okay. An engine assembled by a mysterious clique of engine elders. Countenance hidden by veils of open-work plasteel, and whose wisdom is so great that servants below the rank of magos are forbidden from even addressing them. 15 speed at average acceleration and braking. And warp revelations. Ethereal visor. Wearer's psi rating is increased by 1. As long as the wearer has 100% wounds, they deal 5 times warp bonus % additional damage with their psychic powers and psychic staff. Euphrates II is lost, and the Adeptus Mechanicus now turns its gaze upon Kiavagama. The world can become a sacred assembly line for plasma drives, endowed with the Emperor's grace. The world can be turned into a research complex for warp technologies too sacred to be widely publicized. I kind of like this one. I like the rep. None of these give rep. I'm gonna get Sky Barrier. This is the last one for you? Yeah. Sky Barrier. Do it. Lord Captain, the situation on Foulstone requires your attention. One of the servants tasked with the crucible maintenance has declared publicly that he has been liberated of all worldly concerns, for he is none other than the reincarnation of Saint Cognatius. There are some extremely questionable reports claiming that he has performed miracles, supported by a congregation garnered by preaching. He has asked for your ladyship's permission to depart from Foulstone with the crucible in tow, so that he may continue Saint Cognatius's work and use the relic to transform worlds, one true to the faith of the Imperium, into lush, splendorous gardens. It goes without saying that such a generous gift to the Cronus Expanse could bring great renown to your ladyship, but at a heavy cost. Foulstone would turn back into a wasteland, and you would lose the prestige that comes with having charge over such a valuable relic. What do we know about the so-called Saint Cognatius reincarnation? Tiber Hike, a technomat from Footfall. He now prefers to be called Brother Purevoice, an unremarkable commoner with no family, gaunt, unkempt, covered in scabs from working the crucible. He became obsessed with it from the day it was discovered. He never left his maintenance post and never rested, barely ever slept, fasting and living off stimulants and condensate from the relic's cooling circuit. Then he started having revelations and eventually saw the truth. Or he went completely insane. His sermons are directed at commoners, appealing to them for humility and mercy. He often speaks about his former life as a saint, and many of these tales match known legends about Saint Cognatius. No anarchical pronunciations or radical deviations from the creed have been found in his words, yet. Execute this dangerous agitator publicly. The colony must have order. So we get his ostensorium. Whenever the wearer suffers an attack from a demon or warp damage, they inflict burning to all adjacent enemies. All burning effects inflicted by the wearer deal double damage if they target demons or psychers. Okay. Make him undergo the trial of purity. Let him die trying to prove his holiness, at least so he can stop troubling the people. So that gets the same thing. Yes. Yep, okay. He must be inducted into the Order of the Hammer forcibly, if necessary. Consecrated weapons. The pure-voiced prophet has blessed the ship's weapons. All void ship weapons deal 10% more damage, except torpedoes. Give the crucible to him. Let him use it to bring worlds into the Imperium's fold. Triumph of Faith. A weapon that once belonged to the pure-voiced prophet, and was eventually presented to the rogue trader of House von Valancius. The target must pass a toughness test or become stunned. Okay. Advisors. I have had ample experience with saintly survivors or saviors like him in the past. Whatever great cause they proclaim as their mission, they genuinely, naively believe that people really do need them. If we round up enough orphans and lepers who would trip over themselves to beg out our prophet for salvation, he will soon forget all about the crucible and his holy mission. I know a few guilds of professional beggars who would be delighted to offer their services to us. False prophets in the streets are a common occurrence. Their sermons breed turmoil, riots, and acts of disobedience. The Inquisition recommends that such unstable agents be isolated and quietly removed. The arch-enemy's lies take on many guises, but the Emperor's miracles are 100-fold stronger. On more than a few occasions, he has bestowed epiphanies upon the faithful, even those of the humblest origin. I myself bear the name of a poor orphan who was granted miraculous powers by his grace. So, give me time, and I will find you the most loyal agents to escort Brother Purevoice on his travels. They will keep him safe if he is pure, or punish him should they sense deceit in his words. But I have a feeling that his rebirth is a true wonder. Okay, and we gotta choose one of these three now. So we get that item. We get the consecrated weapons. Or we get this plus pure-voiced fame. The rogue trader gains a 15 bonus to all their skills. And plus 2 profit factor. Argenta, Provide the Saint with an escort that will accompany him and the Crucible on his mission. This is the one I kind of wanted to do anyway. This one's too deceptive. This one's too violent. Yep. I'll get to it immediately. I will choose the best people for this task, the most devoted. Having loaded the Crucible onto a requisitioned void ship, the pure-voiced prophet gathered up his flock and set out for distant worlds to spread his word. The spiritual authority of the Order of the Hammer suffered as a result, and the loss of the Crucible sowed substantial unrest among the populace. Before departing, the preacher expressed his appreciation by sending the Lord Captain a gift, a relic that, according to his own claims, once belonged to his previous incarnation. The stern guards selected by Sister Argenta vigilantly provide protection for the prophet, ensuring that his thoughts remain pure. I feel bad that for the Order of the Hammer. I kind of forgot that they'd get fucked by that. It's a bit of a shame. Is this the... Where's the hammer we just got? Is it this one? The Hammer of Epiphany? Seems too bad to be that one. Roaring Thunder? But I think it might be. Okay, that doesn't seem like it's better than what I have. Oh well. Okay, we also got this Craven's Bane, a two-handed sword. Which is better than this one. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, now we've got it. Triumph of Faith. Cool. Now we can go into here, And this one is better. Although that one does more damage against Xenos enemies. Still. We'll take that. Okay. Oh, more colony stuff, I know. Your ladyship. A cryptic message arrived from Kiavagama. The fabricated sensor reports that they have beheld the Eye of the Divine. I requested details from your less devout servants, and they clarified that the Inquest Group, which has been investigating the many inexplicable events that have taken place on the planet, followed a trail of mysterious Binharic harmonies and came upon an ancient and abandoned data complex. It is connected to the manufactorum by a maze of communication lines and contains a gargantuan data loom. The mechanism's markings show that its designation, or I should say its rather menacing name, is Null Caliph. Null Caliph is immersed in sacred astrogational calculations and has shown no inclination to make contact. The tech priests that connected to it were punished for the intrusion with a lethal injection of the motive force. The only thing they managed to find out is that the spirit of the Delta Loom is not bound with the vows of compliance that should normally restrain a machine spirit of such power. This astoundingly mighty entity bows to no one, driven only by its own aims. What is this abandoned complex? It is an ancient production facility far older than the colony itself. Some assembly lines bear the marks of Cognizant's fleet. Perhaps the first explorators who came to the Koranos Expanse set up a station on the yet uninhabited planet. The station was then consumed by the developing industrial colony and eventually forgotten. It is possible that whatever plans they had for it were so clandestine that its creator's death ended up casting it into oblivion. The directory contains no data to support this hypothesis. It does, however, contain the designation Null Caliph. The Null Caliph Initiative is a project of the fabled Archimagos Opticon 107, whose function was the initial exploration of the Koranos Expanse. All information on this project was removed from the directory as per the Fleet Conclave's decree following Permissibility Hearing 16. By the same decree, Archimagos Opticon 107 was stripped of his title as the Conclave's Prolocutor Supremus. I want to know more about this data loom. A sacred computational mechanism of great power. Its body is vast, and the wisdom and metal of its machine spirit would befit an imperial titan. Machines of such might and splendor are kept carefully hidden from the eyes of the laity and worshipped on certain planets as great Logis oracles. Sacred angels of the Omnissiah, or demigods. No Caliph's structure includes remarkable pieces of archaeotech, parts of it extending far throughout Kiavagama like a void kraken's tentacles. We now... Can I fight a void kraken? That sounds awesome. We now know where the warp transmitter modified by a Cubist Delphim came from. It must have been part of this mechanism. The data angels that were encountered earlier were born of its cogitational might. Full of vigor, they soar around his computational aura, which radiates into the noosphere. Their response to our presence has been favorable thus far. Have any idea what it might be calculating? All we have is a hypothesis, according to which no Caliph can see into the warp, similar to a navigator. Any interaction between technology and the warp is, as you are well aware of, kept under the careful supervision of the Adeptus Mechanicus, so you can imagine just how unique this mechanism is. According to the Magi, it can calculate routes through the Immaterium without rest or fear of corruption. Given the fact that it has no human soul, they claim that its power is comparable to that of a Novator of a Navigator house. Apparently, Procedure 0C was initiated by this mechanism to integrate Magi with high psychic potential in order to expand its own computational capacity. Right now, its calculations are severely hindered due to the weakened state of its computational power. We assume the termination of Procedure 0C contributed to this. We tried communicating with it. The great calculator seems indifferent to mortals. It has expressed a lack of desire to interact with us or destroy us. We have studied the noospheric remains of the tech priests who dared to reach out to no Caliph. Their minds contained excerpts from the dictates of Procedure 0C. These traces were brimming with anger. You can make contact with no Caliph. I wish to form an alliance with it. That gives us complacency 1, that's boring. This is my planet and the machine must submit to my will. Security 1, that's also boring. I authorize the dismantling of the dangerous mechanism. No Caliph's cogitation boards. What does that do? May the signal run free over the wires. May the ocular eye be forever clear. May the enemies of the Omnissiah be cast down. +5 torpedo speed. Advisors? The great machine spirit that identifies itself as Null Caliph bears potential as a valuable ally. One that could replace the need for navigators comprised of fallible flesh. We must make contact with this holy entity, for to do so is to honor the Omnissiah's tenets. That the tech priests who had the audacity to disturb the Null Caliph were deprived of their motive force is a testament to the might of its data voice. I hold the knowledge to create a mediator that could interface with the fearsome machine spirit and ease the burden of its revelations on unprepared minds. A navigator data loom? This abomination makes a mockery of every navigator house's legacy. The very fact of its existence is profoundly sickening and vile. No Caliph must be destroyed post-haste. Allow me to send word to the other navigator houses. They will waste no time in dispatching their forces to destroy this monstrosity. Okay. Pascal, that gives us what? Complacency and this. Grants 25 logic. The wearer gains the Solve Simulacrum ability that costs 3 AP and triggers a logic test for the wielder with a -167 penalty. On success, Solve is removed and Cogni Simulacrum is destroyed. The 25 logic bonus is lost and the wearer permanently gains the Paradox Solved feature. This character can use their heroic act regardless of their momentum without spending momentum. Holy. That one's good. Make contact. This is my planet, Cassia. And this is the same thing. Pascal, create your mediator and forge an alliance with No Caliph. Request approved. Transferring revelations on the mediator's creation. Magos Pascal Hanuman imparted his secrets to the Omnisci's servants on Kiavagama, allowing them to assemble a mediator device that softened No Caliph's voice. The Magi then prayed to the mighty machine spirit, humbly asking it to make an alliance with the rogue trader and share its mysteries. And No Caliph answered, halting its sacred calculation. It bestowed its favor upon the supplicants. With its tireless, unblinking eye observing the warp currents, many a traveler have been saved from peril. Hell yeah. Alright, we get Triumph and Fury too. There we go, so that's 2 planets at max now. Awesome. Everything else is being created still. Okay. So first we've got this. 3 shots for 33 damage, 3 shots for 33 damage. Okay, the same thing. I guess we'll put it in the port side. And this one goes here for shields. Right, I'm assuming it's better. Yeah. Cool. Alright, we also got... Where's the item we got? This thing. Alright, so when we use it... So that's only on a success. What happens if we fail? And who has the most logic? I have 75, 40, 40, 143. Okay. Easy give logic, tech use. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, we just about wasted an entire episode doing this stuff. That's okay. What's on this shipwreck here? We will take all this. Thank you. Alright, Quetzal Timur. Oh, can I talk to this guy anymore? No. Okay. Alright, down we go. Assassins are exemplary at evading enemy attacks and then delivering their own devastating blows, melee or ranged. They benefit from high dodge and dodge reduction as well as precisely planned attacks on enemies' weak spots. I wonder what Winterscale's up to. What's he doing down here? Partying? Or do you guys think he's dead? I think there's a chance he's dead. Have we been here before? By the way, I know we've explored this. Oh, I guess we haven't. Doesn't look explored. Winterscale's shuttle awaited its owner's return in vain. Well, it's still here, so that's a good sign, right?
The world will bow.
Alright, so should I use this ability?
Authorized.
Where is it? This?
Request denied.
Does that have to be done in combat? I guess so. Interesting. Okay. Rusted containers for transporting supplies. Their markings indicate that they're several centuries old. How are they so old? Why are they so old? Attention, Vox broadcast impossible error. Attention, botanical threat, level Alpha 2. To the forests of Quetzal Timur. Got some cargo here, okay. Mold, birds, and rodents have ruined these fruits of the local vegetation. Okay, so we can either go this way or this way. I'm gonna go this way. It looks like we got some ruins over here. Plus, you always go left, right? Isn't that the rule? The shuttle disappears in the wild vegetation of the island. Several hours pass before the rogue trader finally admits that she has been aimlessly wandering around in circles. Any attempts to get back on track by retracing their steps have failed. Vox communication cannot reach the ship. Now it becomes clear how Caligos Winterscale could get lost on his own world. Ah, a little tricky forest thing going on here. Lush overgrowth has sprung up in seconds, blocking the way back. The trail is gone. Interesting. Yeah, dead body here. Okay. I think, guys, we are actually going to end the episode there. I don't want to get too far into it before, we run out of time. So, next episode, we'll explore this forest. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.